Hello, it is Sunday. It's a new weekly reading vlog. I have reading updates. So, I finished Empire of the Damned. I refused to read this on sprints today because I knew it would make me cry. Lo and behold, in the last hour and a bit, I cried 4 times. And I know that because when I said about not wanting to read it on sprints because I would cry, Jen was like, I want you to message me every time you cry. So I did, and it was 4 times. But this was a 5-star. I need book 3 now. Like, this is the downside to reading books. This is the downside to reading books when they've just come out and there's another book after. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So for Marvelathon, this works for Hella. This works for Agatha because this is just hilarious. And Scarlet Witch because Gabe is 100% an unreliable narrator. And then it does also have LGBTQ plus rep in it as well. So, I'm so happy. Even though I don't like J.K. stuff right now. Anyway. I also made Jem very happy because I spent sprints reading Death Note. So I read volumes 1, 2 and 3 during sprints and they were all 5 stars. I am now obsessed. I will say, if you know anything about Death Note, so with Death Note, he writes a person's name in to this notebook and they will die. If you don't specify how they're going to die, it defaults to a particular way of dying, and that way of dying is a trigger for me, which was great. However, with the context behind it, I was actually okay reading it, so that was good. But yeah, so I've currently got a week's free trial of Shonen Jump, which I'm probably just going to keep because it's only $2.99 a month. Because it also has all of Chainsaw Man, has all of Death Note, all of Chainsaw Man. It's got loads of others. I think it's got My Hero Academia as well, which I have never even looked into, but my nephew loves it. So I might give that a try at some point as well. So yeah, I might actually just keep this. I will say, I've worked it out. If I read everything else that's on my TBR as planned, that's 27 books, which means I then only have to read 4 more things to hit the 31. I'm doing better than I thought. Because I'd only planned to read 1 volume of Death Note. And I will say, when I say volumes, I mean like the actual volumes. So I'm not doing the individual chapters. Even though I'm reading them as individual chapters, I'm logging them as the volumes. Because I'm not gonna do that. If it was only a couple, then yeah, but I've read 25 chapters of it today. I'm not logging 25 individual chapters. Absolutely not. So yeah, 3 volumes and I'd only planned for 1. So yeah. That is, I've read like almost 950 pages today, which is ridiculous. And now I'm going to go to bed really early because it's not even 10 o'clock yet. But I am tired and I have a physio appointment really early in the morning and I'm dreading it because I got referred to a different physio and it's my first meeting with that physio and my other physio has been great at trying to help and I don't know. If you've ever had to deal with stuff like this, like any sort of like chronic pain, you probably understand how nerve-wracking it is going to someone new, even if you've been referred by another specialist. It's nerve-wracking going to speak to someone new and I'm dreading it. But I'm glad it's in the morning because then I can get it over with, get back home and start work and then just get on with my day. Whereas if it was an afternoon appointment, I would be stressing all day and I wouldn't be able to focus on anything else. So small victories. And also there is a Starbucks right by my station where I'll have to get off the train to come home. So you bet I'm going to get myself a Starbucks. So yeah, I will catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it is Monday. I was about to say it's a new weekly reading vlog, but I opened the vlog yesterday. I am exhausted. So, I had my physio appointment today. After my last physio appointment, I was referred to a different specialist because the first step physio wasn't helping. It wasn't getting worse. That's a lie, it was. But it wasn't, the exercise I was being given weren't helping. So I've been referred and I am back at square one, which really, I literally sat at the bus stop and nearly cried because I feel like I'm back at square one again and I've got to start all over again with this new physio, and I just don't want to be in pain every single day. It's so frustrating. Anyway, so I was exhausted about that, and then when I got off the train, I was like, do you know what? I've got a free drink on my Starbucks app. I'm gonna grab myself a coffee, and it's a good job I always check the sticker before I walk away because they had put it through as semi-skimmed milk, and there's absolutely no way I can drink semi-skimmed milk. I always put through almond milk, and I always double check before I press order. So yeah. I had to stand and wait for them to remake it. I know mistakes happen, but it's just, mistakes shouldn't happen when it's something like that. And again, it's not the people's fault. They were going by what was on the sticker and what the system fed through to them. So it's not their fault. They made the drink as per the sticker. But anyway, then I got home and I just started work. And during my lunch break, I needed a break from screens because I caught up on some booktube and then I was watching Critical Role. But then on my lunch break, I was like, do you know what? I need a break from screens. So I started my physical read, which is The Strange Power, which is the first book in the Dark Visions trilogy by L.J. Smith. And I've read a little bit more tonight. So I'm 90 pages in. I've only got to read to here. That's the end of book 1. This is books 2 and 3. So I'm like almost halfway through because it's 250 pages. I'm actually really enjoying this, which is a nice surprise because obviously I love the Night World books. And then I hated the Secret Circle books. So I very much was like, oh my God, am I not an L.J. Smith fan anymore? No, I think it was just the Secret Circle was bad. I will say this has not aged well. There are 2 main reasons I can tell just from these 90 pages that it is written and set in the 90s. The first off is the language used. Basket case? Absolutely not. I'm not gonna deduct points on core pile for that, purely because I need to remember this was written in a time when it wasn't frowned upon to use language like that, but it is making me a bit uncomfy, not gonna lie. And the other one, I will say this is, I've kept this note in here. I got this for my birthday last year off of Chloe from Chloe Reads Books. It's like, welcome to the beat up old copy club. Because this is a beat up old copy and I love it. I don't, you know me, I like my books to be perfect, but when it's like a reason like this, I'm okay with it. Plus it'll be really hard to get books this old in perfect condition, so I'm absolutely okay. But yeah, the other reason I know it was written and set in the 90s, she has to call her dad. She called her father from a phone at the foot of the stairs. I've never felt more old by the fact that I was just like, yeah, that was a thing people did. Like, what? People used the landline? Oh, please no one come into my comments asking me in a serious tone what a landline is. because I think I will just crumble to dust. But yeah, I did see a funny video on TikTok. Someone like it's a skit of someone pretending to go to the club and they haven't got their ID on them, and they're just saying all these things to try and convince the person that they are in fact a suitable age to enter the club. And the first one is like, it's 7:30 and I plan to be gone by 9. Mood. I'm sure I got my Blockbuster card somewhere here. Also mood. And the thing that got it, it's like, I remember the dial-up tone. Yep. And the one that did it was like, I got a vacuum for my birthday and I was excited about it. Like, yeah. That's definitely someone in their 30s. But anyway, yeah, this book, I really enjoyed it. I actually don't ever remember reading the blurb because this does not sound familiar at all, but I'm really intrigued where this is going to go, because it's a group of 5 teenagers who have been picked for their like psychic abilities, and they've all got different type of psychic abilities, and they're basically been like moved to this house, and they're gonna, while they're going through school there, they're also gonna be like going for experiments. And I'm like, yeah, this is definitely written in the 90s because this would not fly. But like, there's so many safeguarding issues here. But it's fine because it was written in the 90s and it's also fiction. But yeah, I'm intrigued to see where this goes. But this is a good start. I'm definitely enjoying this 90 pages in more than I enjoyed Secret Circle 90 pages in, which is always a good sign. So yeah, it's not going to be a 5-star read, I don't think. I think maybe if I'd read it when I was an actual teenager, maybe. But you never know. It might surprise me. I might end up absolutely adoring this. But I'm very excited to continue. And I'm reading it physically. Go me! Go me! But yeah, not looking at screens for a bit did really help. And then I went back to work. So yeah. But anyway, this is a really long update and it didn't need to be. So I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it is Tuesday. I am so happy with my reading today. So I listened to the entirety of The Faithless Hawk by Margaret Owen. So this is the sequel to The Merciful Crow. I read The Merciful Crow in 2019 when it came out. This came out in 2020 and then I just didn't read it because this is me. I'm really bad at finishing series and I'm making it a mission this year to do it. And I finally read it and this was a 4-star, a really high 4-star. I really enjoyed this and I really liked the way the plot went. I feel like the characters weren't really like... We didn't really get to know the characters more than we did in the first one. It was just more of a continuation. But I do find that with duologies, it very much sets up the plot and you get to know the characters. Whereas the second book will always like just be the characters basically finishing off the plot, if that makes sense. But very much enjoyed this and I'm very glad I finally read it. It was so good. For Marvelathon, this fits hella because animals. And Venom, and yeah, no, just those 2. And I don't think it fits any of the bonus prompts, so that one's like only getting me like 200 points, but that's fine. Very happy with this. And then I finished The Strange Power. Now I was skeptical about this after hating with every fibre of my being The Secret Circle, but torn because I loved the Night World books when I read them when I was a teenager. This was also a very high 4-star and it's ended on such a cliffhanger that I'm kind of tempted, because this is where book 1 ends. I'm really tempted to read book 2. Like, do I read book 2? Kind of want to read book 2. This was so good. It still made me feel a bit uncomfortable the way they talk about any sort of like mental health issue, and they joke around it. And again, I am trying to remember, this was written in the 90s, and in the 90s that was very much a thing that was done. It is not a right thing that's done, and I feel like a lot of people have come far with realising that, but it was a thing. I don't like it, but still. But the actual plot, oh my god, the plot of this and the intrigue, like I genuinely did not see certain things come in. Some things I did, it was kind of predictable in some sense, and she is so much of a teenage girl with the, oh, I love him after only knowing him for like 3 days. But thankfully that wasn't too big of the plot. There was an actual plot that wasn't the main plot. So I feel like if that had been the main plot, I would have been like, no. But I'm very happy with this, and I'm really excited to continue. And like I said, I'm very tempted to just continue it, even though only the first bit was on my TBR this month, but oh well. But for Marvelathon, this one fits Hella because there are 2 dogs that are the companion of someone, and then Venom because reasons, and then Doctor Strange because their lives very much do get like altered, like their life is way put off track now. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. But I'm most likely gonna start book 2 tomorrow, or maybe make a head start on City of Brass, I don't know yet, but I will catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it is Wednesday. I am making this the quickest update because I am mentally and physically exhausted. Like, it was an office day today, but like I had an hour of work, a 2-hour training session, which doesn't help me at all, because the person running it, it's an external thing. It's supposed to help like you plan better and have better like workload management, which I don't think I need because I can manage my workload. I've been doing it all these years. But this is the second session. It was a 2-hour session, and I feel like this is great if you're not neurodivergent. But if you're any type of neurodivergent, this ain't gonna work for you. And it's like, I was just sat there like, no, that wouldn't work for me. No, that wouldn't work for me. No, the way I do it definitely works for me. This would not work for me. For the whole 2 hours. And then I had my weekly catch up with my manager. Then I had half hour before lunch. Then I had lunch. Then I had an hour-long meeting, which is a monthly meeting. And then I had 2 hours to get everything done. Did I manage it? Just about. So yeah, it's been exhausting. And I'm in pain, which is even better. But yeah, Tori is doing sprints. I didn't actually show my face, but I was in the comments. I didn't get much read of this today. I only managed 113 pages of The Possessed, which is book 2. But I'm exactly halfway through book 2, which means I'm exactly halfway through the series now, because this is the second book of 3. So I've got like just over 100 pages left of book 2. I've got a feeling this might be going in a certain direction with 3 of the characters, and I don't like it if it's going to go the way I think it is, because it will give me the same anger as The Secret Circle did, because The Secret Circle did something similar. I'm going to hold off on passing judgment on it because it hasn't happened. I'm just getting the feeling that it's going to, because LJ Smith likes to do this. But we'll see. But at the moment, not much is happening. They are, they're searching for something, and it's very much middle book syndrome right now. But do you know what? It's fine. If these were longer books, I'd probably be worried about that, but they're not. They're really short, quick and easy books. So yeah, I'm hoping to finish, or rather I will finish book 2 tomorrow. I don't know yet if I'm going to read book 3 straight away. I will see how I feel at the end of book 2, because Friday I want to read City of Brass, and then the weekend I'm dedicating to Kingdom of Ash. So we shall see. But yeah, Not hating it. It's not Secret Circle. I'm just not loving it. But book 1 was a 4-star, so you never know. But yeah, that's my update. I'm going to go to bed now, so I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it is Thursday. This is going to be another really quick clip because I am tired. So tired. It was an office day and I'm just exhausted. So, I finished reading The Possessed. This was another 4-star. The thing I thought might be a thing wasn't a thing. Will it become a thing in the 3rd book? Who knows? But it currently is not a thing, so we're doing good. We're doing better than Secret Circle. This will be all the same prompts for Marvelathon as the 1st book was. So yeah. And then I started The City of Brass. I am about 20% into this. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying like the magic system. And I'm just like, I don't really know what's going on yet. But I'm enjoying it. So that's good. This isn't a spoiler, but like the book actually opens on her scamming a naive rich guy. And I'm here for it so much. So yeah, that is my updates. And I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Hello, it is Saturday. I didn't vlog yesterday. By the time I finished with my reading for the day, I was so tired. Did that mean I slept? Absolutely not. I didn't end up sleeping until like 3 hours later at 3 AM, which was great. But it might have been 4 hours later. I can't remember at this point. But yesterday I did finish The City of Brass. I ended up giving this a 4-star. I really enjoyed this. I really like the dual POV in this as well. And the ending had me on the edge of my seat. And I cannot wait to start Kingdom of Copper next month. I'm very happy with this. For Marvelathon, this works for Ultron, Doctor Strange and Jean Grey, and it also has LGBTQ plus rep and POC rep. So very happy with that. And then today I went on Lisa's sprints. She started sprints at 10 o'clock and they went until about 5-6 o'clock. And I started Kingdom of Ash. Do you see how much blue there is there? It's a lot of blue. I love this book so much, like so much. One of the bits I recently cried at, I actually have removed from my memory because I didn't want to remember it. But yeah, I was fully sobbing to the point when I stopped reading, put my bookmark in my book and was getting ready to like say night to my parents. My mum was like, what bit was it you were sobbing at? I'm like, I'm going to finish this tomorrow. I've got less than half of it left. I think I've got like 3.5 hours or something. No, I think I've got 4 hours left of the audiobook. So I'm going to finish that tomorrow. I did also today film my roles for my TBR and my skill test for Times and Treasures. So tomorrow I just need to actually film the going through what I'm reading for all the prompts and everything and talking through my character for Times and Treasures, which I'm very excited about. So I'm going to film that tomorrow before I do sprints. And yeah, but I am going to wrap up this vlog now. I can already tell you this is a 5-star. I mean, obviously I will mention it in next week's vlog, but it's going to be a 5-star. It's a reread. It's my 3rd time reading it. It's my favourite book in the series other than Heir of Fire. So yeah, but I hope you have enjoyed this vlog. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye.